it's not. It really doesn't take a rocket scientist to know what's happening in Chuk. It's publicized, it's known, people know, and those of us who are product of the public school system know that that system is really truly in dire needs. My own group of islands, the outer islands of Chuk, especially Northwest, I think have been handed, and this I'm going to go off on a tangent a little bit here, but we're handed, a great injustice by the state when they made those junior high schools out there to become four-year high schools, right? Because what happened now is, I went to way back junior high school for 2 years before I went up to Chuk High School. What happened was they made those schools four-year high schools. So basically, they're keeping all of those outer islanders out on Wayped on own without additional resources, with no computers, with no access to the internet, with no access to libraries, access to anything that a student on where the seat of the government has the abilities to access. And so essentially, those schools the kids out there are really, they expect them to go to college after graduating from high school in the outer islands, without them ever putting their hands on a computer, without them understanding how the internet works, to be able to write research papers, to even understand what a computer is. So, those are kind of just small examples, at least from my own background, my own home group of islands, which is kind of encompasses a lot of things that's happening in Chuk, and why that system really needs an overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I can offer.
Okay. For next question. Among its challenges, the education system is one of the Chuk's greatest challenges, and would certainly benefit from your help on the ground. You also appear to be a passionate political activist. Do you think you could be more effective in your efforts on both fronts if you were actually in Chuk, as opposed to tackling these challenges from a remote location?
Well, yes. It's not a personal opinion that the Chuk educational system needs help, right? I mean, it's everybody knows that, and especially us Chukis, we know that. It's apparent, it's public knowledge, and it's obvious. We need to turn things around. Whether I could do more by being there, perhaps, but I think the more important thing is, what are we all doing wherever we are, right? So there's always going to be Chukis overseas. What are we doing? For those of us who have had the blessing of being off our homeland, what are we doing to help our islands from where we are? And those who are still at home, who are blessed to be at home, what are they doing? So it's not about, maybe I'm finding excuses for myself, but this Chuk reform movement is not. It's really about, changing, or about starting a culture of activism, right? Mm-hmm. But kind of, right now, I think Chuk is not in that culture yet of people rising, of revolution, because we're about being humble and being, we still look at silence as a virtue, right? We look at youth or age as wisdom, and youth as lack of wisdom, right? Semrit, which means no wisdom. When in fact, we have a lot to give, right? The youth have a lot of energy to share and to give that the older folks can maybe take into consideration, right? So whether I don't know that it matters where we are or where we're making change or where we're leading, but it does matter how we're doing it and whether we're doing it. And perhaps I could do more by being in Chuk and holding up signs down at both booths. But maybe I am holding up some electronic signs. Maybe that's what we also need. So maybe those people who are still in Chuk can hold up their signs, and those of us who have access to the global Chuk and to the internet can hold up our electronic signs saying, "Hey, enough already. Let's get things. Let's change things around."
That's true.
So
that's true.
I do believe in activism, though, through awareness and action wherever Chukis are living. So, maybe today it's a website, Facebook, internet activism. Maybe tomorrow it's about finding an actual radio station that works, right? Because people are not getting the information, and the radio used to be, but the radio was controlled by the government too. So maybe the fourth branch and Chuk Reform and the youth movement can maybe we can
work together.
Have our own radio stations to share all of these things that we believe in to the people. Maybe that's when change can begin to happen, when youth like you take over and shame the elders out of their unscrupulous ways of messing up our lives. So
that's true. That's
my piece.
So we're down to our last question here. You're doing great, Vid. You're doing great.
Thank you, Yeni.
So our last question is, what should FSM do after 2023 when the compact funds terminate?
Wow. Well, hopefully we've built up enough of our own human energy and human resources to be able to stand on our own, right? Hopefully by 2023, we the people have changed our own attitude so that depending on other people, other governments like the United States becomes less important, and depending on our own abilities to change things for ourselves and to maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not so bad to to lose all of that money, which has been really the cause of all these political corruption and buying votes and all. Maybe we do need maybe we do need a break from all of that handout from the U.S. and get back to our lands. Maybe it's that time. So it could be a blessing in disguise, because we need something that jars us out of our sleepy mode of just kind of living life, letting other people make decisions for ourselves, like the politicians and others, other governments, and maybe maybe we need to really rediscover our own identity, our own humanity, and our ability to be our own on our own, right? So whether the compact and the ending of the termination of the compact is a threat or not, who knows? Maybe it's not, after all.
Thank you so much, Vid. We've come to conclude our interview with you.
Okay.
And I just want to say the fourth branch and our viewers would like to thank you for your time and participating with us. So thank you so much. Hope you continue to do well and do what you do over there.
Thank you, and well, let me just close by saying thank you and to the and your colleagues for the great thing that you're starting. These days, I'm humbled by your selection of me for this interview. I look forward to listening to better people who can inspire us to do that. But I'm greatly honored and humbled by this time that I spent with you guys. So keep it up, okay?
Thank you. We really appreciate. Stay on with us. Now to our viewers, please continue to support us by subscribing to our videos and checking out our blog. On the side note, the 4th branch is currently working on a website, so just keep an eye out on that. And I'll end by saying, continue doing what you do, and we'll continue doing what we do best. Good night.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you.